very beginning of that movie, his father he has little Conan, you know, I don't know how old, he's 6 years old, and he's talking about Crom and the meaning of life, and he's talking about how the gods left the secret of steel on the battlefield. Well, actually the secret of steel is revealed by Thulsa Doom, the evil wizard, and he holds up the sword, and he says, what is the power of the sword compared to the hand that wields it? And there's the secret of steel right there. This thing in my hand is very powerful. This piece of metal, whether it's a dumbbell, but it's insignificant compared to this. And I think that from what I've seen and experienced in my training lifetime is that people don't get that. I was talking to you about being the Borg and about adapting to this. This thing is my friend, this piece of metal. And the secret of steel is not in the steel. It's in the mind that wields it. How you throw this thing around and how you use it is absolutely totally relative to the value that you obtain long term and even short term. So what I teach my clients is that this thing that you hold in your hand is sacred and it's part of you. If you could actually meld the metal into your hand when you're holding the metal or holding the bar or holding the dumbbell, if it became part of you through fusion, if you could fuse your hand into it, it's like you're not moving the metal around. The metal and you are one. The real enemy is gravity. That's what I'm fighting against. Because gravity, with cosmic radiation and oxygen and free radicals that are produced as a result, are what cause, and coupled with entropy, are the thing that wears everybody down. And so what we're doing in the gym, which you can't do through running and kayaking or playing lacrosse or football, all of which are totally catabolic. Like when you go and play a sport that's a catabolic event, you waste tissue and you have no anabolic surge at the end of that event. Agreed? That at the end of a run, do you think that your testosterone is higher than you started or is it lower? Absolutely.
Well, if you do a speed session, a short speed session.
Exactly. And so with the exception of intense high velocity training, which I find that very few runners do. Like most runners are 2K, 5K, 10K, you know, like the ones that run. And so there's an example of where you get a measurable release of growth hormone because of the intensity of the muscle contraction. And then you get an elevation of testosterone. That's one of the reasons that towards the end of my diet preparation, when I'm training for my contest, I will actually sprint in the last 10 days to actually try and generate an elevation of testosterone.
Running sprint?
Yeah, doing 60-meter wind sprints. It's fantastic for bringing the lines out of the thighs. But also it has a significant effect at reducing body fat. Because everyone's doing this kind of like slow twitch, long-term, slow pace kind of fat burning. And I think that what I've learned also is that the interval training with the higher intensity coupled with the intermediate and long term is by far more effective at reducing body fat. Like if I had to choose, I would choose wind sprints any day, provided I was in the shape to do wind sprints, which not everyone is, than that long distance, slow burning fat kind of thing. I'd burn way more fat, reduce fat way faster by the end.